Hello YouTube. Sherry asked me to talk to you all about how I winterize our camper, and I've already done this. I guess we should have talked about it, but I'll show you. On the water heater here, I drain it out first because I don't use the pink stuff in the water lines. I blow them out, and I only use the pink RV Antifreeze in the P-traps and in the toilet to keep the that blade seal from drying out through the winter. But what I do first is I come out here and I've got a wrench, but I take this plug out of the water heater and drain all the water out right there, and then I just loosely put it back in to keep bugs out and let any water that might from condensation accumulate in there over the winter come back to be able to drain out. And while I'm doing that, these are the two low points in the hot and cold water lines. I open them up and let whatever water's in the low points, and there's still a little bit there, drain out, so that there's not that much to chase out of the system. But once I've done that, I close these. And 2 or 3 years ago I bought this right here. I think Camco sells these, I think some others may, but Camco makes this, and it plugs into where your water line plugs in to your camper when you're camping, and it's got an airline fitting on it. So I've got this, and then I had to make an adapter to fit to my airline I've got on my little compressor here. But we screw this in just like you would your water line when you're camping, and get it tight because you don't want it to leak air. And what I do is, your water pressure isn't supposed to be more than about 30 pounds. And what I do is I let the compressor air up, and I've set it, you can see on the one that's marked tool, I've got it set for 25 pounds. That's plenty enough pressure to blow the water out of the system in there, because you've got to get all of it out, and you have to hit all your sinks, your shower, and the toilet, because there's a little line running to the toilet too. Because I almost forgot the toilet one last year and had to go back and blow it out again because I got done and looked at the toilet and saw, oh, I hadn't done that one. So anyway, we hook this up, and then we'll go in the trailer and show you what we do there. Would it be better if I turned the battery on?
Might be.
Okay,
Have
let me
some
turn
light.
the battery on so we can have some light. Let's see. Now normally are you still recording? Normally what I do is I start at the sink furthest away, and this is the furthest away from where your water comes in, and work my way back to zero, and I hadn't touched it, I'm not sure why. Did have to see it. And you just keep that open till nothing but air comes out.
Yeah. And then your water's all out of your line.
Yes. You're getting a little bit here, but there's not much left.
Because you don't want it to have water in it, because it'll freeze and bust
That's the
everything.
hot water side, and remember we shut off so it can't go in the water heater out there.
Right.
So it's just blowing out the hot water lines now. And the compressor came on because we're using air. I normally do it and I'll come back and check these again.
All right.
Make sure I have it all out. But the next one we'll go to is the tub.
Okay.
And then the small sink, and then the toilet. And the other thing to remember is blow out your shower line too. So you got to put this up and blow that out, so you don't have any water left in there over the winter.
Right.
Now we'll do this sink right here.
Bathroom sink.
Yeah, the bathroom sink. There's not a lot of water left in there after you drain it at the low point and out of the water heater, but there is some, you can see.
So your valve for your water heater is down here.
Yeah,
and
you can see it right around that corner just about. There's a little white valve there.
So it's down
and that
in here.
shuts it off, so
Okay.
water doesn't go to it.
And then you have the last thing is the toilet.
There's some water there. It blows a little bit out because of the air. That's all right. I'll wipe it up here in a minute.
Well, it blows it everywhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and there's not much I can do about that because you've got to get that line clean. So anyway, then we'll go back to the kitchen, or the kitchen sink. Just make sure there's no more left in there.
More left in it.
Away. See, there's just a little bit right there, but not much. Not enough to really, even if it froze, really do much. And there's nothing in the hot water side. Well, just do that a little bit there. It's not really enough to cause you a problem. I just started doing this because I really, even after flushing the system, the first year we did it, I put the pink stuff in. And I flushed the water for quite a while, and it seemed like I tasted it about halfway through the camping season. Oh, well, I would rather use the compressed air. The lines are clear. You don't have anything in them. It's all done, and I use the pink stuff down the drain for the P-trap here, the P-trap in the sink, the P-trap at the toilet, and or at the shower, I mean, and then I put some in the toilet to keep the blade seal from drying out.
Yeah.
And we'll go get the...
But you don't want to have to replace that blade seal.
No, I've already replaced one. This is what I had left over from last year, so hopefully it's enough. If not, I'll have to go get some more before Thursday of this week when we get some freezing weather. But you pour enough down there to drive the water out of the P-trap and replace it with the RV Antifreeze, because I don't know of a way to clear those out unless you took them apart. Then we'll do the one in here. One at the tub.
Then we'll do the tub, and then the toilet is next.
Yeah, and then the toilet's next. And mostly I do the toilet just to keep that blade seal from drying out. It's not because the toilet's going to freeze. It's not. That's enough to cover that blade seal.
Yeah, you have to keep that covered.
Keep it from drying out. And actually, this RV antifreeze in warmer weather doesn't evaporate like water does.
Yeah.
Because I've had it evaporate out of the toilet before when it's setting and we haven't used it for a while. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of this in because we've got it and might as well
use the last
out.
of it.
And like I say, don't forget to make a note for yourself to put on your control panel to let you know that the water is off to your water heater, and not to turn that water heater on till you turn that water valve on in there, or you could damage that water heater. And other than that, we're done with this part of winterizing the trailer. So, and you saved yourself some money doing it yourself.
Yeah, you do. Save a little bit of money.
Okay, I'm going to shut these lights off.
All right. Thank you for watching.